Hello, my wonderful movie peeps. Thank you so much for clicking on an episode of Side Flick. Let's get into the movie news. Some of the things we're going to be discussing here today, guys, is we got a rather awesome update concerning the new Alien movie. We got the Twilight series trying to get rebooted, as well as the plot synopsis for the new Transformers movie spin-off outside of Rise of the Beast. Really, that along with so much more. So I need you guys to give me your opinions down below with everything we discuss here today. Timestamps will be in the description, and just a quick shameless plug, check out the videos that we've talked about since the last Side Flick. I give you my thoughts on the Insidious 5 trailer. I did an entire video breaking down the teaser trailer for Godzilla x Kong. That's the Godzilla vs. Kong sequel, and even gave you my review for Evil Dead Rise. Love every single one of you who support all the other videos, but without further ado, let's go into our first story. And well, the first thing we're going to talk about here today is kind of a recorrection on something we talked about on the last Side Flick. As you guys saw, I was talking about the upcoming live-action Lilo and Stitch movie and some of the controversy that's been brewing online. And one of the latest things was the internet freaking out whenever a cast member was added on into the movie as a social worker. A lot of articles at the time reporting that this character was replacing Cobra Bubbles. That was making fans of the movie kind of sad that he wouldn't be showing up, but now we have the confirmation here that Cobra Bubbles is in Lilo and Stitch. Deadline here has it reported that Courtney B. Vance boards Disney's live-action Lilo and Stitch. I do think it was a missed opportunity not to have Ving Rhames play Cobra Bubbles, since he was the original voice actor for the Lilo and Stitch movie. But whatever the case may be, I'm glad they did not replace his character and just toss him off to the side. It's definitely something I had to bring up here because, hey, it is my job to keep you up to date, and I gave you some bad information just a couple days ago, recorrecting it now. My apologies. Tossing it off to you guys. Do you still have faith in the Lilo and Stitch live action movie? Do you think this whole 48-hour internet freakout is just another day as movie fans? Love to hear your thoughts down below. Jumping into a quick update concerning the Fast and Furious universe, we are still highly anticipating this May Fast X. I'm cautiously optimistic with the movie, even though Fast 9 really disappointed me. Fast X is one I'm waiting to see if it turns out to be good or not, because there was some behind the scenes drama. You guys remember, the director quit like 3 weeks into filming and they had to rush to get a different director. That felt like kind of a red flag, but here now we have an update with Fast and Furious 11, which is supposed to be the part 2 to Fast X, which is going to end the franchise, so they say. But it looks like the director they quickly hired to replace the previous one for Fast X, Louis Leterrier, is gonna be coming back to direct the final Fast and Furious movie, Fast and Furious 11. That to me lets me know they are very happy with what he did in Fast X. And you know, they even put out a brand new trailer, and I thought this trailer was better than the first one they put out. There looks to be a lot of fun action set pieces in here. Of course, it's in that ridiculous Fast and Furious nature, but it looks a lot more entertaining than seeing a dang car shoot up into the sky like a rocket into space. Even the ending scene with Vin Diesel going down the Hoover Dam exploding, like, all right, you kind of hooked me in. I want to see this. I toss it off to you guys. You hear the director of Fast X is getting now to direct the final Fast and Furious movie. Does that make you excited and optimistic for Fast X? One piece of news that came out this week that just kind of had the internet exploding for a little bit is we got the announcement that Twilight is looking to be rebooted the same way as Harry Potter. The Hollywood Reporter has it here that Twilight TV series in the works. Now in the article it's stating here that the original writer Stephanie Myers is looking to make a television series for the Twilight series in the same way we kind of got the announcement for the Harry Potter reboot TV series, where it'll be starting all over and trying to adapt the books a season at a time. They don't have an official streaming service that has taken this up, so this could really end up anywhere. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Probably not Disney Plus. But man, this is looking to me like it's gonna be a trend in Hollywood. We know the Harry Potter reboot is coming and they're gonna put big bucks in that. Now that the Twilight reboot is jumping onto the same train, who's next? You know, this could either work in our favor or work against it. You know, I wouldn't mind a Hunger Games TV series, really spending time each season in the actual Hunger Game battle, following different characters, maybe going a little bit more mature with the violence and killing. Yo, that would be a TV series I'd actually like. There's definitely an advantage to these books that are thick and have lots of different story points getting fleshed out in TV form over movie form. I just think a lot of us still have that knee-jerk reaction to oh, Twilight? Come on, man. With the vampires sparkling? Then again, that could explain why my female demographic is so low. Actually, I love Twilight. Go Rob Pat. Tossing it off to you guys, what do you think about a Twilight TV series reboot? And what other maybe book series you think should be getting the TV treatment? Bringing it here to talk about the upcoming Alien reboot movie that Disney is working on. You guys know ever since Disney bought Fox, they've been dipping their toes into their IP pool. They already did it with Predator. Well, on the Alien side of things for the reboot movie titled Alien Romulus, we're having a report here coming out where it looks like Alien Romulus is looking to ditch the streaming release and is going to be going to theaters. Now, as of right now, nothing is 100% official. This is just coming from an Alien fan site, but I've been told they're reputable when it comes to their Alien news. And we know this Fede Alvarez Alien movie is currently filming right now. It would kind of make sense for the studio to wait and see a couple weeks into filming what the movie is shaping to look like. You know, they're looking at the footage, they're looking at the story, the acting, the performances, and they're going, yeah, we don't want to make another mistake with Prey, because that could have made money at the box office. People were raving about that film. So them now thinking they're switching lanes and gonna go to theaters is because they know this movie's turning out pretty good. And I believe it. Fede Alvarez is a fantastic director. I love what he did with Don't Breathe. His Evil Dead remake is amazing. And I know he's gonna bring back in that horror vibe into the Alien universe that I've been missing. So this makes me very excited to hear that it looks like it could actually be getting a theatrical release instead of just going on Hulu. As a fan of both like Predator and Aliens, it's just kind of weird to think that Disney thought it'd be a good idea to make those straight to streaming IPs. Like, those are big properties. They have large fan bases. You need to start setting up the new generation of Predator and Alien fans. They deserve to be seen on the big screen. So this makes me excited. But this is where I throw it off to you guys. You hear Alien Romulus could be going to theaters instead of straight to streaming. Does that make you happy? Or what do you think? Talking about some comic book movies here, it was really awesome that this week James Gunn finally confirmed that pre-production on his Superman movie, titled Superman Legacy, is finally getting started. You know, he tweeted out a photo of the script along with letting us know that he's going to get started on costumes, production design, and more. He also even confirmed that Jimmy Olsen will be making an appearance in the movie, so letting you know it will have those classic Superman characters in it. But other than that, we've also gotten other reports saying here that this Superman movie could be looking to start filming January of next year, 2024, making it seem more and more likely that towards the later half of this year, we're gonna get that Superman announcement. We're gonna find out who the new actor is playing Superman, and internet's gonna go crazy either way. I don't think it's gonna be any actor that we currently know right now. If he is, it's gonna be somebody that's shown up maybe on a couple episodes of TV or one random Netflix movie, something like that. I feel like it's gonna be a relatively unknown person, and I feel like that's kind of the best way to go with it. Whenever you get cast as a big iconic superhero like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, you just made a career. Think about when we didn't know who Tom Holland was. Now we want to cast him for everything. He should be Superman. And as much as I'm looking forward to this movie, man, I do not envy James Gunn. There is so much pressure on his shoulders to get this movie right. It is the setup to his brand new DC universe. There is already a big amount of hate because you got rid of Henry Cavill. This movie has to be a 10 out of 10, because if it's a 9 out of 10, people gonna call it a failure. Throw it off to you guys. Do you see the Superman movie is finally moving forward? You getting excited for it, or you still kind of salty about the Henry Cavill situation? Jumping into another quick comic book movie news story here today that I really didn't even want to talk about because I just want the official thing. We have yet another rumored casting about who will be playing Reed Richards in the MCU's Fantastic Four. We're gonna be suffering long and hard with these rumored castings until they finally make it official and put us out of our misery. But out of the long list of people that we have heard rumored to be Reed Richards, the most current one right now is Adam Driver. This coming from the source Daniel Richmond, that has gotten some stuff right, but has also missed a couple of things. So it's really just as rumor heavy as all the other choices, but I saw a lot of internet backlash over this choice. A lot of people going with, that would be terrible for Reed Richards, and I'm like, what? I think Adam Driver would make a fantastic Reed Richards. He's an Oscar-level performing actor. He would definitely bring something to the table that maybe we haven't seen before with a Reed Richards. And that's honestly not even the most surprising casting rumor going around, because there are some serious rumors that Mila Kunis is being considered for Sue Storm. That honestly has me a bit more shocked, and as someone who likes Mila Kunis, watched her in that 70s show, enjoy her random movie starring roles every now and then, that would be a choice I'd be extremely hesitant with. Maybe she could pull it off, it could work out good, but imagining Adam Driver next to Mila Kunis, I don't know about that. But I have seen enough credible people talk about that I'm like, wow, okay, that would be an interesting choice. So I don't know, only time will tell, but as of right now, if it got confirmed Adam Driver was Reed Richards, I'd be very happy with that choice. Bringing us here to an update on the upcoming spin-off Transformers movie. As you guys know, Paramount is hard at work with trying to rebuild their live action series with Rise of the Beast coming out this year. Very excited. We already got a confirmation that a new trailer is coming out April 27th around CinemaCon. I'm definitely going to talk about that trailer once it gets released. But we were also promised a few years back that we would be getting an animated Transformers movie. And I know people don't get that excited when you hear that, but animation and these IP properties have changed, man. Look at Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I remember the first time I heard animated Spider-Man movie, I was like, oh, really? And those films are fantastic. The upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie looks like a dream. So don't sleep on this animated Transformers movie. Let me at least tell you what it's going to be about. So Collider here had the exclusive where they interviewed the producers that will be making this movie, and they have it here. I could tell you really important parts of this story, which is more than a tease. This is something we were trying to do. We debated a lot about it in live action, and it was just financially impossible to do, which is the origin story of young Megatron and young Optimus Prime. If you know the origin, they started as friends, and over time things devolved for them and they ended up on two sides. So we're telling the young Optimus and the young Megatron story. We really are telling the origin story of all Transformers, both what they were at the beginning of to how they grow apart. So that right there as the plot for the animated movie. We heard it would maybe be taking place on Cybertron. That would obviously be very expensive, explaining why they decided not to do it in live action and instead going for animation. And it'll be focusing on the origin between young Optimus and young Megatron. That could honestly be a really great movie. You know there is good material there to be had. And their plan is to go big with it. They don't want to just make one movie. They have it here. We're hoping that there is enough emotional construct that would lead to a trilogy of it, because personally, I think there's a natural trilogy. I'm not always looking to do multiple movies, but there's a natural trilogy around this relationship. So you're going to see Cybertron in a way you've never seen it, and that no one has ever seen it before, because we're doing an animation. We're allowed to really go all out. If you tried to make this live action, it would probably be $1 billion movie or something. Yeah, I fully believe that. I mean, just looking at those quick seconds in that Bumblebee Solo movie, you know that was expensive. But getting an animated movie where we're essentially going to get a lot of that, so much potential here. So yeah, I know there's going to be people kind of hesitant because it's animated, but I say give it a chance. It could maybe knock it out of the park. I think this sounds great. What do you guys think about this animated Transformers movie? Do you like the sound of the prequel? And if you had to pick any animated movie as a reference for what you would want it to look like, what would it be? Off the top of my head, I can't really think of an animated film I would want it to look like. You know, the Netflix animated series already looks so good, but hopefully they can even top that. But that is all movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.